You know, Stanford always loaded under John Dunning, as they were before under Don Shaw. But you lose the likes of Feluca Akinradawo, a former National Player of the Year, now starting middle blocker for the U.S. national team, and also Cynthia Barbosa, who is all over the Stanford record book. Those were some huge shoes to fill.
Both teams are loaded with young talent. It's going to take a little time to gain them some experience.
Kleinman stopped once again as she tries to get inside of Mindy Wiley cross court. There is Feluca Akinradawo. What a marvelous career. Set a new all-time NCAA record for hitting efficiency during her spectacular All-American career. She's now, after she played with the national team this summer, she's now finishing up her degree, and then will go on for an internship, and then she will go back to train and play for the U.S. national team, and hopes to play abroad and make a few bucks in the years to come. She was spectacular. I thought she was the best player on the floor for the U.S. team this past summer.
Feluca Akinradawo, a great talent. She was so fun to watch. We saw her dominate many a match.
Carissa Cook now back to serve for Stanford, leading 19-15. Wiley again.
Mindy Wiley just made 3 gigantic plays in a row. She's fired up, and you can see it. Giving a lot of energy to her team. Beautiful delivery by Carly Lloyd, and look at the energy she gives back to her team.
Numbers a little bit misleading. Just 6 of 16, 5 errors, but a lot of those have been setting mistakes, not her fault. Left side, Shuthra is stuffed straight down. What a reach by Stephanie Brown.
Stephanie Brown, very smart block. She's big, but she makes a great move with her left hand on the right side of Hana Shuthra to block that angle swing.
Kleinman cannot quite get there. That ball paddled up by Gabby Ailes, and the Stanford Cardinal point in possession as Lloyd will go back to serve.
That's the 4th kill for Carly Lloyd, looking to be more offensive, helping her team in that category. Coach Rich Beller has considered running a 6-2 because Carly Lloyd is such a great athlete and can hit as well.
Brought in a very good backup setter in Ellie Barrett out of Austin, Texas, to be the heir apparent. We'll see as the season unfolds. But Carly Lloyd, an All-American and 2nd in assists last year in the Pac-10 Conference behind Washington's Jenna Hagelin. Brown now back to serve. And they're checking the rotation. John Dunning coming over to make sure things are in order. There's the head referee again, Eric Dasami. He's being assisted by Laura Donaldson. Ace serve. Tara Murray did not move her feet at all in front of that ball. Tough serve by Stephanie Brown, the redshirt sophomore.
Well, that serve had a lot of pace. It was going deep to that tough corner away from Tara Murray.
Keeping it on Murray. Left side to Shuthra. Very predictable, but a better result turning that ball down the line.
Beautiful swing on that ball. When Hana Shuthra has room, she's able to work that ball around the block. This is good, high off the hands of the blockers from Stanford, excuse me.
Kleinman out of the back line, good stab. And an unforced error by Cal. That's a good call. That is definitely a lift called against Kat Brown. There's been some discussion, you know, about the interpretation of ball handling. It's certainly called very liberally at the Olympic level. Almost anything goes. The collegiate level has been a little bit more conservative, and I spoke to both officials before the match, and they just said, look, you'll know it when you see it, and you certainly knew it there. We got a timeout on the floor here at Haas Pavilion. Stanford and Cal tied at 1 set apiece, but Stanford leading 23-18. There is Laura Donaldson.
In terms of the ball control and the ball handling, it seems like they're calling it very loose in terms of the dig, and then the set in transition. We've seen some bad ones, but they've all been called tonight.
The story of this match, certainly in the first set, were way too many unforced errors by Cal. That got them off to a very unwelcome start as they dropped the opening set 25-19. Some were hitting errors, some were setting errors, but they all go in the scorebook for the other team, Holly, and there were way too many.
Way way too many of both, including service errors. When you're making that many errors, those are points for the other team. It's tough to beat a team like Stanford.
Last year, the California Golden Bears were 26-7, 13-5 in the Pac-10 conference. That got them third position. They made it to the fourth round of the NCAA tournament before losing to the eventual NCAA champion Penn State. Last year, Stanford, yet again, a 30-win season. They were 31-4. Their only loss in conference was to Cal. And they also ended up losing, but in the NCAA championship match to Penn State, 3-0. Back underway, Stanford leading 23-18. And that ball hit nicely by Corey Johnson. That kill off of Benjamin.
Corey Johnson's had a big night so far for Cal. The freshman opposite hitter. That was her 6th kill off 8 swings, 0 errors. Cal needs to make a move. Certainly running out of time. Lichtman, nicely done. Boy, that ball looked like it was down. Out of bounds in any case. John Dunning, the head coach for Stanford, saw it the same way as I did. And so register the kill to Cassidy Lichtman, and now 5 set points for Stanford, and Lichtman will go back to serve. Lichtman's such a smart hitter. I'm so impressed with her all-around game. Not only does she set the ball well, she's one of the best passers, best servers, and hitters for Stanford. Wiley. Nice soft block, but cannot be controlled by Lichtman. So 1 set point is saved. Another coming Stanford's way, leading 24-20. Megan Schmidt, defensive specialist now, getting some instruction from assistant coach Mac McShane, who runs the defense. Long-time assistant coach here at Cal. And there it is. Janet Okoba with the easy kill, and it was all about serving and passing. That's where Stanford really asserted themselves, Holly, at the beginning of this 4th set. Stanford has 3 very experienced passers, and that was the difference. Gabby Ailes, Alex Kleiman, Cassidy Lichtman, all passing nails for Stanford, and that was the difference. So Stanford now currently ranked at number 10, leading 2-1 over the 12th ranked California Golden Bears. California is going to have to clean things up and get this big hometown crowd back on their side if they want to get back in this match against Stanford. Nice run by Hana Shutra's California Golden Bears now to lead 10-8 in the 4th set. And we talked to the 2-time All-American about what she hopes to accomplish for this year's team.
The most important thing for me in my senior year is to help my team win and to go as far as we can in the NCAA tournament.
Well, in her sophomore season, it was a first-ever trip to the Final Four, and last year was to the 4th round before losing to the eventual NCAA champion. Rarely called a rotational error against Stanford. It takes a Cal physicist to explain that, mind you, but just overlapping. There are specific rules about the positions you have to be in, and I think it was Cassidy Lichtman moving a little too early. Oh, nice delivery. Janet Okoba, who John Dunning told us has really raised the level of her game all the way around. Janet Okoba hits a nice high ball, and Cassidy Lichtman, she has a good pass, gets that ball nice and fast high to Janet Okoba. She's very effective on that hit. Cal not passing nearly as well as Stanford. What a big kill by Tara Murray. We see flashes of brilliance from Tara Murray. I love that swing. Pretty tough set to hit, and she just goes up and hammers it. She's so physical. She looks more confident on the right side. I agree. That's what I said earlier. I feel like she's more confident there. You know, Cal's obviously going to have to figure out where she does the best job for them. Working on Kleinman. Shutra, tight set, snaps it over the top. Quick set out of the middle at